But I understand how the people were so desperate to pick this man, you know, this unbelievable narcissist who could change the face of our world if we let him. And the only thing that will save us.
The situation exploded when Cher once again went public with sharp claims about Donald Trump and Melania Trump. But this time people were not laughing it off because what she is saying now matches the warnings she has repeated for many years. Her main point is simple but brutal. This is not just politics. It is a pattern that has remained visible for a long time. Starting with Trump himself, whom she has repeatedly described as dangerous, manipulative, and highly skilled at twisting reality to protect his image and maintain control over public opinion and loyal supporters.
I don't know how he is a candidate. He is so dangerous, and what he brings to my country, what he's awakened in my country is bigotry and distrust and a certain kind of supremacy.
Someone who can say completely opposite things and still convince people that both versions are true. According to her, that ability did not just shape his political rise, but also changed how millions of people viewed reality itself. She believes it fueled division, distrust, and an intense level of loyalty among supporters across the country. But the situation becomes even more intense when Cher shifts attention toward Melania. She does not directly attack her. Instead, she questions the reality behind the marriage by pointing to years of awkward public appearances, limited emotional connection, and visible distance that never matched the polished public image being presented to the world. That suspicion gained even more attention after several controversies and resurfaced stories that sparked fresh debates online and increased public curiosity everywhere.
I just want to tell you, I have lived through, I'm 70 years old, I've lived through 12 presidents. And never once did I dream that there would be one through arrogance and ignorance who could change our world, who could change the face of our world.
The plagiarism scandal from 2016 and the later legal drama surrounding hush money payments and alleged affairs added even more controversy to the growing public conversation. Together, these events painted a picture far more complicated than the carefully controlled image that had been presented to the public for years through interviews, speeches, and media appearances. Then came the moment that pushed everything into overdrive and caused even more people to question the truth behind the headlines and political drama unfolding across the country.
And he lies. He tells something, and then you go back and you see what he said, and it seems like the truth both times. He's so terrific at lying. I've never seen anybody so good. I mean, it's amazing. I could go on this subject forever.
When Melania independently stepped forward to address her past connection to Jeffrey Epstein, she insisted that she barely knew him and had no meaningful involvement with him at all. But the real shock was not only the statement itself. It was the report that Trump supposedly had no idea she was planning to make those comments publicly. That single detail immediately shattered the carefully presented image of unity and control surrounding their relationship. In any highly coordinated partnership, especially at that level, unexpected public statements like that rarely happen without discussion beforehand. And according to Cher, that kind of emotional and public disconnect is exactly what she has been warning people about for nearly a decade, while critics and supporters continued arguing over the truth behind their public image.
He was brought up rich, he had a good education, he's got all these young chicks, I don't know how young, but he's got all these young chicks, and he just keeps trading them in on younger chicks, and he's got all this money, and he's famous, and still he's such a
suggesting that what people are seeing is not a strong partnership, but two individuals managing a shared public image separately behind the scenes. And once that idea takes hold, every past moment begins to look different in hindsight. Every forced smile, every stiff interaction, and every carefully timed appearance suddenly feels less authentic and more strategic and controlled for public perception. At the same time, Cher's criticism of Trump goes beyond personality and moves directly into impact, arguing that his leadership has had real consequences, from empowering extreme ideologies to influencing major legal and social shifts across institutions. And whether people agree with her or not, what makes her voice hard to ignore is consistency and persistence over time. Because she did not just appear during one controversy and disappear, she has been repeating the same warnings since 2016, long before many of these events unfolded in public view. And now with each new development, those past statements are being revisited and re-evaluated, turning what once sounded like celebrity outrage into something that feels more like a running commentary on a story still unfolding, with new implications and interpretations emerging constantly. Meanwhile, Trump's reaction to all this reportedly leaned toward anger and frustration, which only intensified the spotlight and media attention around the situation. Because strong reactions tend to amplify strong accusations, especially when the criticism targets image control and public narrative. And that is where the real clash lies, between the image of power and the perception of instability, between the idea of a united front and the growing evidence of distance and fragmentation, between a carefully constructed narrative and reality unfolding in public view and scrutiny.